Okay, this is going to be the second attempt to see if the elephant garlic is ready. This particular bulb is the one that I grabbed like almost 2 weeks ago, and I determined at that time it was not ready, so I put it back outside in the greenhouse. And so just to give you the scale of it, this is how it fits within my hand here. So if I do a closed fist like that, that's how big the bulb is. So it's a pretty decent sized bulb. This came from row number 1, which was the row that we harvested first. So that was about 5.5 weeks ago. So I'm going to come up about 8 inches and cut. And let's see here. Alright, see if I can focus. Okay, alright, having a hard time focusing, but it's dry. Now I'm going to come in about halfway, which is about 4 inches, which is about right there. Let's see what that looks like. That is also dry. So now I'm going to do it at its final cutting depth, which is about 2 inches, which is about right there. So cut that. So let's see what this is. And it's dry. So I think this elephant garlic is cured. So now I'm going to see if I can prep this thing. So let me get my selfie stick and I'll be right back. Okay, in case you're wondering, Andrea is gone right now. This was more of a whim thing, so when she gets back she'll probably complain at me, but that's fine. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut the roots. As you can tell, the roots are nice and dry. So trim those up a little bit. All right, so we got the roots. And then what we're going to do is we left the paper as is. And so now I'm just going to peel off a couple of the top layers to make it look pretty. Right. Try not to do a whole lot of it, just enough to make it look better. Okay. So Andrea will probably complain, but there is the bulb right there. And so now the big question is, how much does this sucker weigh? Okay, so here's our scale that we use for home purposes. This is not an official scale, but this is good enough for our purposes right now. So I have it set to ounces, so let's see how much it weighs. 7.35 ounces, so this weighs almost a half a pound. And so that's what it looks like after it's done cured. So I'm pretty happy about this. We have this year only probably a little more than 200 of these that are going to look like this. And the reason was we forgot to put nitrogen fertilizer when we were growing this year. So only about 10% of the bulbs actually bulbed out. The rest of them look like this, which are either called rounds or they're called onions. My aunt calls them onions, so I call them onions. But this is a single garlic clove that is not split out yet. So the theory is this gets a little bit bigger and then it does this, which it bulbs out. So what we're going to do with these is I'm going to prep these, not get them as pretty as these here, but I'm going to prep them, and then we're going to put them back in the ground come the fall, and then they should bulb out and look like that, maybe bigger for next year. So the first decent sized elephant garlic is done, and so all of these came from row 1. Also, I think I got about between a fourth and a third of the onions or rounds in that row. And so I figured even if that was not ready yet, these are going to be ready because, I mean, look at that. I mean, that looks ready. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to cut these down. Main reason I want to cut them down is we need to be able to store them till about October 1st. And so it'll be a lot easier to store if they're cut down, because that is a lot easier to store than all of this mess right here. If we had the space for it, we would just leave them like this and then prep them right before we put them in the ground, but we just don't have the space for it. And I don't trust the greenhouse to keep them in the greenhouse all summer, so these are going to stay inside. So either way, first successful elephant garlic has been done, which is going to make me happy. We also still have corms that are on here, and so that's that. So we'll do a video of once we start getting these done in earnest, because I want to see what our totals are going to be, because we have rounds in here that are decent size. We have them are smaller size. We have a friend of ours that wants to do a garlic mincing class on how to mince garlic. So some of our really small rounds, like maybe half this size or so, we're going to give her some of those so she can do her class. And then we'll also have some of the big elephant garlic for sale. So if they want to mince more garlic, we'll have garlic available for them. So we'll sacrifice a few of our rounds, but we'll be able to get some garlic sales off of it, hopefully. So that should happen in about a week or so from now. And so today's June 25th. This is me for posterity, so when I look at this video in 6 months, I don't have to remember what day it is. So anyway, done rambling. First garlic is done. It's successful. I'm proud of it. So elephant garlic is starting to be done curing, and now we can actually process them.